is Byron Jones. I am a CCNY student. What does a strong internship application look like for your team, especially for someone who is interested in game development?
I will likely answer that.
For you.
Yeah, so for us, what we look for is side projects is big, and then academic projects, right? So if you're on a team doing like a team-based game project, that's always super helpful. But really, it's the side project. If you're an engineer, what does your GitHub look like? Do you have a lot of entries? Are you doing a lot of things on there? If you're an artist, what does your portfolio look like? If you're a designer, do you have either games that you've prototyped or things that you can share? If you're an animator, there's got to be reels of various things. Like one of my favorite interns we ever hired was someone who took a picture and then animated their cat, but they did it in like 2D and then 3D, and it was just like for fun, but that was a big part of because that's what the resources they had at the time. And they were using the brand new iPhone 3D scanning to try and like bring them in and do all that stuff. And it was, hey, here's what I can do, here's how to show it, and they showcased it, right? I think it's, as we talked about earlier, finding the many things you can do, finding one thing you really want to showcase yourself doing, condensing it, and putting that forth, right? Especially for an internship.
Yeah, and get lots of feedback on your resume as well, because honestly, and I say this from the perspective of, when I have like been in sort of hiring positions or hired people for my studio, people don't spend a lot of time looking at applications, right? Or like making, people make a quick snap judgment about, the sort of way that they think about you based on sort of the things they immediately see on your resume, right? So, just get a lot of feedback, iterate on it as you would do on anything else.
That's actually an extra good call out too, is reducing barriers to entry, right? I think on your resume. So if you have a portfolio, unlock it for that 1 week, right? The 1 week that you're applying to everything, unlock your portfolio. Because if you're having somebody click and then put a password in and all of these things, all these systems are just, they're the worst form of LLMs where they're just looking at stuff and hoping it's right when they import it. So really put the agency back in your hands and go, here's the link, here's the YouTube video, make it clickable and easy to find.
Can I suggest something else that says nothing to do with that, the applications or any of the process? I found that no matter how many times I've applied, how good my resume was, how many good things, and how awesome my portfolio was, I still wouldn't hear anything back. It just felt like I was throwing applications to a void. What I would truly suggest is being in the room with these people, finding mixers, finding like where they are in LinkedIn, finding events where they host and things like this, participating in that and just talking to them, just getting yourself, because honestly what really moves is like being connected. Yeah. Because the applications, they do make snap judgments. They're like, I can't pronounce this name, let's go on. And I'm not trying to sound like mean about it, but I just see it happen so often that it's just like, you just got to get yourself in there. Be in front of them so they know how to pronounce your name. You know what I mean? Just like get in there and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I know this person. This person's cool. Let me go and bring them on for the interview. Like that is what I would really suggest is like being great at networking. If you're not great at networking, just talk, communicate, right? We brought it earlier. Just figure out how to like advocate for yourself.
And just to add to what everyone's saying, also like we're sort of a different model than Take Two, obviously, as a small independent studio. And what we look for is like, what's that one sticky factor that feels like, oh, they connect, like their DNA connects to our DNA, and it's like a really concise, shortish email that's attached that really shows that you're listening as much as you're, can give input.